Look at your arms right now. Hold them both up. Same angle, same light. One is bigger than the other. One looks fuller, one looks flatter. One feels stronger when you press, one feels weaker when you pull. And if you're honest with yourself, you've noticed it for months, maybe years. You told yourself it would even out. You told yourself it's just the lighting. You told yourself you'd fix it eventually. But you kept doing the same barbell curls, the same flat bench, the same bilateral squats, the same movements you've always done. And the gap stayed. Because here's the truth. Bilateral training is the exact reason the imbalance exists. And it's the exact reason it never goes away. 1 week, 7 days, stop all bilateral training completely. I'm going to show you exactly what's happening inside your nervous system, why your stronger side has been quietly stealing reps from your weaker side for years, and the 5 unilateral movements that force your body to correct itself faster than any symmetry tip you've ever heard. Pay attention, because this is the one thing every training video skips, and it's costing you your physique.
Why your stronger side is robbing you blind. Here's the biology they never teach you. When you do a barbell curl or a flat bench press or a bilateral squat, your nervous system doesn't split the work evenly between both sides. It finds the path of least resistance. Your dominant side fires first. It recruits more motor units, it produces more force, and your weaker side just fills in the gap. You think you're training both sides equally. You're not. You're training your strong side at full capacity, and your weaker side at whatever effort it takes to not embarrass itself. This is called the bilateral deficit compensation mechanism, and it happens on every bilateral rep you've ever done. Over months, over years, your dominant side gets stronger and bigger. Your weaker side gets the leftovers. The imbalance you see in the mirror isn't bad genetics. It isn't structural asymmetry. It's your training program systematically feeding one side while starving the other. And you never felt it happening because both sides were moving the same weight. That's the trap. When you train unilaterally, when you isolate each limb completely, your weaker side has nowhere to hide. It can't borrow from the stronger side. It has to produce its own force. It has to recruit its own motor units. It has to grow on its own terms. That's the correction mechanism. 1 week of pure unilateral training and your weaker side will get a training stimulus it hasn't felt in years. Before I give you the 5 movements, you need to understand one more thing. Because most people try unilateral training, do it wrong, feel nothing in their weak side, and go back to barbells in 3 days. The way you set up unilateral work changes everything, and there's one rule that most coaches never mention that doubles the correction effect. Stay with me. I'll give you that rule before movement number 2.
The science of dominant suppression. Here's what's actually happening inside your body and why this matters more than you think. Every rep you do, your brain sends electrical signals down through your spinal cord to the motor neurons that control your muscles. The more you train a movement, the more efficient those neural pathways become. Your brain gets better and faster at firing the muscles you use most often. This is called motor learning, and it's why experienced lifters look effortlessly strong. But motor learning doesn't just increase efficiency, it also creates suppression. Your dominant side's neural pathways are so well trained that they respond faster and harder than your weaker side, even when you consciously try to push both sides equally. Your brain is running a program, and the weaker side is running a slightly older, slightly slower version of that program. The solution isn't more bilateral volume. The solution is to completely isolate the neural pathway of the weak side and force it to rebuild without the dominant side interfering. 7 days of pure unilateral training does just that. It doesn't just build muscle, it rewires the neurological signal that drives the muscle.
Movement 1. Single arm dumbbell press, the chest asymmetry killer. If one side of your chest is noticeably fuller, the barbell is the reason. When you bench press, your stronger pec fires earlier in the press. It travels further into the range of motion before the weak side catches up. The bar tilts microscopically, your body compensates, and your weak side never gets the full stretch and contraction it needs. Fix it with the single-arm dumbbell press. Lie flat on a bench. One dumbbell, press it with one arm. The other hand rests on your stomach or your hip. Not helping, not bracing, just resting. Now here's the key. Your natural instinct is to rotate your torso slightly toward the pressing side. Don't. Keep your back flat. Keep both shoulders pinned to the bench. The dumbbell goes straight up. 3 seconds down, feel the chest stretch fully at the bottom. Pause for 1 full second, press it up and squeeze hard at the top. Start with your weak side first, every single set. Give it the freshest nervous system, give it the cleanest reps. When your weak side fails, stop the set. Don't keep going with the strong side to compensate. Match the reps and leave both sides slightly equal. Do this for a week and you'll feel a difference in your chest that bilateral pressing hasn't given you in months. One movement down. Now, the rule I promised you, the one that doubles the correction effect, and the reason most people fail at unilateral training.
The neuro priority rule. Always train the weak side first. This sounds obvious, but almost nobody does it. Here's the mechanism. Your nervous system has a finite amount of fresh capacity at the start of each set. As fatigue builds throughout a session, your neural output drops, motor unit recruitment drops, force production drops. When you train your strong side first, you fatigue the system and then ask your weak side to perform a high-quality corrective stimulus in a depleted state. That's backwards. Your weak side needs the freshest, most powerful neural signal available. It needs full motor unit recruitment. It needs your undivided nervous system. So every movement in this week starts with the weak side, matches reps on the strong side, then ends the set. No extra reps for the strong side to maintain its advantage. Match and stop. This one rule changes the entire correct effect.
Movement 2, Bulgarian split squat, the leg symmetry tool nobody uses for this. Most men have a dominant leg, usually the same side as their dominant arm, and bilateral squats let it run the show every single time. Your stronger leg pushes more, drives more of the upward force, handles more of the load on the descent, and your weaker leg just rides along. Switch to Bulgarian split squats for the entire week, and that changes immediately. Set up a few feet from in front of a bench, place the top of one foot on it behind you. All the weight goes through the front leg. That leg has nowhere to borrow from. 2 seconds down, feel the quad stretch fully, brief pause at the bottom, stand back up through your heel. 3 to 4 sets per leg, weak leg first, match the reps exactly. Here's what you'll notice. The weak leg will struggle at a weight the strong leg finds comfortable. It will shake, it will feel unstable. It might fail 2 or 3 reps earlier. That instability isn't weakness, it's a neurological gap, and every session you close it. Add a dumbbell in each hand once you're comfortable with body weight. Progress the load weekly. One side of your lower body has been freeloading for months. This movement makes it pay its dues. 2 down, 3 to go. The next one is the one most men completely ignore, and it's the primary reason their back looks lopsided in a tank top even when they've been training pull-ups and rows for years.
Movement 3, single arm dumbbell row, the back symmetry reset. Here's why bilateral rows fail to fix back imbalances. When you do a barbell row or a cable row with both handles, your stronger lat initiates the pull. It recruits faster, it drives the elbow back harder, and the weak side gets carried through the movement. The result is a thicker, stronger lat on the dominant side and a thinner, flatter lat on the weaker side. You can see it in the mirror if you know what to look for. Replace it completely this week with the single-arm dumbbell row. But here's where most people make the mistake. They use their torso rotation to help the dumbbell travel upward. They turn their body into a counterweight, and suddenly the lat is doing half the work and momentum is doing the other half. The fix: set up on a bench. Place your same side knee and hand on it for support. Opposite foot planted on the floor. Let the dumbbell hang directly below your shoulder. Before you pull, retract the shoulder blade on the working side. Pull it down and back toward your opposite hip pocket. Then drive the elbow straight up toward the ceiling, not back toward your hip, straight up. Hold at the top for 1 full second. Feel the lat contracted fully. Lower with complete control. 3 seconds down. This is not a momentum exercise. This is a neurological reset for your weaker lat. Start with the weak side, your arm that gets dominated in every bilateral pull. Give it 3 to 4 hard sets of 8 to 12 reps. Then match on the strong side. Do this for a week and both sides of your back will start to look like they belong to the same person.
Movement 4, single arm overhead press. The shoulder that's always slightly lower finally gets addressed. Look at your shoulders in the mirror. One sits slightly higher, one looks slightly fuller, one feels stronger when you press overhead. This isn't always a structural issue. Often, it's a training issue. When you press a barbell overhead, your dominant shoulder takes over at the lockout. It drives the bar up and slightly toward its side. The weaker shoulder works harder to catch up and stabilize.
It never gets to just press from a position of strength. It's always in reactive mode. This week, press one arm at a time. Stand or sit, single dumbbell press. Press it directly overhead, not slightly forward, directly up. Here's the cue that fixes everything. Before you press, pack the shoulder down. Pull it away from your ear. Before the rep begins, create tension in the lat on the pressing side. This stabilizes the joint. Now, press straight up. At the top, the bicep should be beside or behind your ear, not in front. Do not lean to the opposite side to compensate. Keep your torso vertical, your core braced, and your rep honest. 3 to 4 sets, weak shoulder first, 8 to 12 controlled reps, strong shoulder matches and stops. Most men have never pressed one shoulder at a time with real intention. The difference in feel between sides will tell you exactly how much neuro work you've been skipping. 4 down, 1 to go. And this last movement is the most important one in the entire week because it addresses the asymmetry that's invisible, the one you can't see in the mirror but feel in every lift.
Movement 5. Single arm farmer's carry. The hidden imbalance that's wrecking everything else. Here's what nobody tells you about muscle asymmetry. Most of it isn't just about the muscle itself, it's about the stability system underneath the muscle. Your core, your hip, your shoulder girdle, your grip. When one side is weaker in the stabilizer layer, your stronger side compensates constantly. It shifts load to protect the weak side, and the imbalance gets locked in at the foundational level. The single-arm farmer's carry exposes this immediately. Grab one very heavy dumbbell or kettlebell in your weak hand only. Stand tall, shoulders level, eyes forward. Brace your core like you're about to absorb an impact. Now, walk. Gravity immediately starts pulling you sideways toward the weight. Your entire weak side must resist. Your opposite obliques fire. Your hip stabilizers engage. Your shoulder locks in. Your grip fights to hold on. That wobbling you feel, that slight lean you're trying to prevent, that's the neurological gap between your two sides expressing itself in real time. Start with 40 to 60 seconds per arm. Weak side first. Build to 90 seconds. Your posture during the carry tells you everything. If you're leaning toward the weight, the obliques are weak. If your shoulder is elevated, your traps are overcompensating. If your hip is dropping, the glute on the opposite side isn't firing. Fix the carry and you fix the foundation. Fix the foundation and every other unilateral movement corrects faster. This is the one most people skip because it doesn't feel like a traditional exercise. It feels like walking with a heavy bag. But the men who train this consistently are the ones whose physiques look balanced, complete, and built from the ground up, not just muscular on top of a broken base.
The week-long protocol. Here's exactly how to run it. Days 1 and 4. Push, single-arm dumbbell press, single-arm overhead press, 3 to 4 sets each, 8 to 12 reps, weak side first, match on the strong side, 90 seconds rest between sets. Days 2 and 5, pull, single-arm dumbbell row, 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 12 reps, weak side first, match and stop. Days 3 and 6, legs and core. Bulgarian split squats, 3 to 4 sets per leg, 8 to 12 reps, weak side first. Single arm farmer's carry, 3 to 4 sets per arm, 40 to 60 seconds, weak side first. Day 7, rest, walk, recover. Let the adaptation happen. The rules: no bilateral training this week. No barbell, no dual handle cables, no 2-arm anything. Weak side always goes first on every set. Match reps exactly and stop if your weak side fails at 9 reps, the strong side does 9 reps and you rack it. Add 1 to 2 reps or a small amount of weight to the weak side each session. Track it, progress it, treat the weak side like it's a completely separate athlete in training.
What happens after the week? After 7 days of pure unilateral work, you will feel the neurological difference before you see the visual difference. The weak side will feel more connected, more responsive, more present during the movement. That's the neural gap closing. After the week, reintroduce bilateral training, but keep 2 unilateral sessions per week permanently. 1 push, 1 pull, 1 lower. Treat it as maintenance for the balance you just built. The imbalance will try to come back if you return fully to bilateral-only training.
Your dominant side will take over again within weeks. The only way to stop it is to keep training each side honestly on its own. Make unilateral work a permanent fixture in your program, not a correction phase, a standard practice.
You've been training hard, you've been showing up, and one side is still bigger than the other. That's not a commitment problem, that's a programming problem. Bilateral training is the default. Bilateral training is what everyone teaches. Bilateral training is also the exact mechanism that allows your stronger side to rob your weaker side blind on every rep for years. 1 week, 5 movements, one simple rule. Always start with the weak side, match the reps, and force your body to confront the gap it's been hiding. The mirror doesn't lie. Your training program has been lying to you. Stop letting one side carry the other. Make both of them earn it.
Try this week and come back and tell me what you noticed. Not what you saw in the mirror after 7 days. That feeling in your weaker side, that connection you haven't had before. Drop it in the comments. And if you want the full unilateral program beyond the week, the one that makes permanent symmetry part of your training, not just a correction phase, let me know below. I'll build it. Subscribe if you want training content that actually explains why, not just what. See you in the next one.